So welcome to Cooking Fun with Joanna, and I am your host, Joanna Hadaraska, with Nutrition in Motion. I am a holistic nutrition coach and a expert on inflammation. So we are going to be making a vegetable pancake, and it's a Japanese vegetable pancake. I did actually make it last night, and originally I wanted to avoid using mayonnaise in the recipe for the sauce and was going to use silken tofu, but it didn't work very well. So we're going to go back to just using mayonnaise. So forget the tofu, we're going to do mayonnaise. So your ingredients are a quarter cup of mayonnaise. You can do a teaspoon of sriracha, which I don't have that, so I'm going to be using a little bit of lemon juice, some olive oil, mustard powder, and the ancho chili pepper powder. And then some toasted sesame oil, but I don't have toasted sesame oil, so I'm going to use regular sesame oil. Then there's, I'm also going to have you do just half the recipe first, because if you put the whole thing together, it's going to be so darn big, you're not going to be able to flip it. And there's a part in there where we're going to mix all the ingredients together, the carrots, the shredded carrots, I bought the shredded carrots. You can also do the butternut squash noodles and kind of chop them up. And I have coleslaw, because then I don't have to shred it myself. The only thing I'm going to shred is the zucchini. So we're gonna make it with 1 cup of shredded cabbage, 1 cup of the zucchini, 1 cup of carrots. Then I couldn't find scallions, which are the green onions, so I am using a leek. So we're gonna use the leek, a little bit of garbanzo bean flour, an egg, some sea salt, and then we're gonna put it in the pan. Put it all together, make it look kind of more like a pancake. Cook it. Then we're going to use a plate, and probably a regular plate, not a dinner plate, so that you can actually put it in there, flip it with holding the pan, and then the pancake will be on the plate, and then you slide it back into the hot pan and cook the other side.
Okay.
Got it? So we're going to do all that. It's actually quite easy. So first thing is we are going to make the sauce and put that on the side. So again, sorry I misled you. We're not going to use tofu. We're actually going to just use mayonnaise. And this is just for the sauce. And I'm going to put it into, I have this immersion blender, which is going to make it a little bit easier to blend, but you can use that or just the whisk. And this is the container it came in. I'm going to basically do 2 heaping teaspoons, because that's about a quarter cup of the mayonnaise. There, heaping. So there's my quarter cup of mayonnaise. And actually, I just realized that there's markings on my container, so I could have just put it in the container anyway. But 2 heaping teaspoons of mayonnaise is a quarter cup of mayonnaise. How about that? So you're gonna put that in there, and then you're gonna you're going to pour a quarter teaspoon of lemon juice. And I have the concentrated lemon juice from Santa Cruz. That is always my favorite. So I'm going to put a little bit of that in there. Then you can put some soy sauce or the amino acids, like the Bragg's amino acids, into it. And that's also going to be a quarter teaspoon. So it's not a lot, but it's a quarter teaspoon. I forgot to get sesame oil. So then we're going to put some sesame oil into it.
I have toasted sesame oil.
You have toasted sesame oil?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad you found it. I did not. So put a
I don't know.
of the sesame oil into that. Like I said, you can't just mix it and stir it together.
How much sesame oil?
Pardon me?
How much sesame oil?
A tablespoon.
Tablespoon.
Tablespoon. And what happened to my ancho pepper? So here, I'm going to use a little bit of my ancho chili pepper into it because that gives it a little zing. Kind of like the sriracha, but without the sriracha sauce.
Is that supposed to be the cayenne pepper instead?
Yeah, you can do cayenne pepper instead. But I can't stand cayenne pepper, so like if you want to get me to not eat, you either put cilantro in it or hot peppers.
I put a smoked chili pepper.
There you go.
You know, if you can tolerate it, great. For me, it's it ends my dining. It just puts an end to my dining pleasure. But I do like this this ancho one. It's not quite as sharp, but it's to me, it's very flavorful. So this is just going to be a stuff you're going to be actually using on top of the pancake. Somebody using a Cuisinart like a blender or the.
I know. Wasn't me.
So now you can just put that sauce aside because we're not going to need it until the end. So if you've got the shredded veggies, then what you want to do is basically measure out a cup of each. So the easy part is when you buy it already shredded, you just have to cut the container. Cut it open, measure out a cup. And that was a little bit more than a cup. If you decide that you don't want to use carrots and you want to use the butternut squash, then you'll want to take that butternut squash and chop it up into smaller pieces. And I might actually do a little bit of that just for fun. Just to show you how to do that.
Okay, what did we just put in there?
Pardon me?
What did you just put in there?
So far in my big bowl, I have a cup of shredded cabbage. So now you can put in either it's amazing. You buy these little things and they go bad really quickly. So I can't use these because they're already spoiling. So I'm gonna measure out my carrots. And that's also going to be a cup. Come on. The carrots don't come out as easily as there. So there's a cup. And then I'm going to shred the zucchini. So I'm going to take my zucchini. I'm going to chop the end off, throw it in my little recycling bin. And then this is where I'm going to take my mandolin and just
What is it?
shred
I call that on somebody's.
zucchini is easy to shred because it's softer. So I didn't mind. But keep in mind, if you're going to be making something like this, if you get zoodles, if you get things like this, you only have like a day or two to use it because I literally just got that and it's already turning on me. And I didn't even have it for the whole weekend.
I've been trying to reach you.
We just got the zoodles yesterday in there.
So you're gonna shred that one zucchini so that it's basically a cup. And then what I do is I use that end instead of my fingers to scrape the rest of the zucchini off the mandolin and into the.
Oh, it says something about medical. They can charge my insurance company.
No, it's free. There's no charge.
Okay. So now we're gonna chop up the leek, or if you have the spring onions, you're gonna chop up and dice 4 spring onions. So because I've got a leek, I'm gonna actually cut it into quarters so that I could get I can get them smaller cubed. Otherwise, it's gonna be too big for the whole thing. So you're just gonna cut basically 1/4-inch slices of the leek or the green onions. And then you're gonna add that into the bowl. So that's what I have. Feels like I should probably have more, but I think it'll be all right. So you basically end up having about 1/2 cup of the onions in there. Okay?
Yep.
You can always add more if you want. And now you're just gonna add an egg. If you've got you want to turn on your stove. Especially if you have an electric stove, you want to turn that on. If you have the gas one, you're still fine. You can wait another minute. But you're gonna put 1 egg into here. And I was blessed with a friend of mine gave me eggs from her chickens. And look at this, it's a sage colored eggshell. Isn't it pretty? So yeah, different varieties of chickens lay different color eggs. So now what you're gonna do is actually just mix it all together. And I would just suggest using your hand and just kind of kneading the egg into the whole mixture. So you just want it all kind of coated. And it's still gonna look like it's a big glob, but you're gonna basically try to make it look like a pancake in the pan with the help of your spatula. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn my burner on, and I'm gonna put it on medium low, because the other day I put it on medium and I kind of burned one side, and we don't want that for you guys tonight. So I'm gonna use my portable ghee. Where's my portable ghee label? There it is. My portable ghee, I'm gonna use that because it always gives us some nice buttery flavor without the burning properties. Or you can put a tablespoon of olive oil on the pan. So this is what it looks like. It's just this big mess of vegetables with the egg. And now the other thing you're gonna put in is that 1/4 cup of garbanzo bean flour. You're gonna take some of that garbanzo bean flour and blend that into the with the mixture. It's gonna be really hard to measure a 1/4 cup, but I'm just gonna eyeball it and hope that it's the right amount. But a 1/4 cup is about that much. And I think that's a 1/4 cup. So that's it. I'm gonna just mix it. And this is where you'll start feeling that it's all starting to kind of come together. It's gonna be a little bit more binding. So now you're gonna check to see if your pan is heated. You should feel some heat coming off of it, but it shouldn't be so hot. And then what you're gonna do is you're going to pour the contents of this bowl and put it into the pan. So this is the tricky part, is how to hold on to the bowl and pour everything in. So initially you can just kind of smooth it around with your hand, but you're gonna actually use one of your wooden spoons or a spatula or something else to kind of push it all together so it looks more like a pancake. And kind of push it together so it looks more like a shape. And you're gonna do that a couple of times. And then scrape all that stuff off of your finger before you go wash your hands and grab the utensil. All right, so that's what it looks like right now. And it should be starting to sizzle a teeny bit, but it shouldn't be sizzling furiously. I'm just going to use my wooden spoon. This isn't the one I wanted. I don't want the slots. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push the edges in. I'm going to push the edges in. And then I'm going to cook it on one side for a good 5-6 minutes. And you'll notice that it'll start looking a little bit more like it's put together and held together as it starts to cook. Right now, it is not doing very much. And I think I need to up the heat a tiny bit. There you go. So I'm going to actually put the timer on for 5 minutes. Oh, that was 6. And then we're going to flip it. And I'm going to show you how to flip it. It's pretty cool. Need a regular size plate, whatever will fit over the whole top. Because this pan is actually rather heavy, so to try to hold and turn with one hand, I might hurt myself. I don't want you guys to hurt yourselves either. And I think we forgot to put salt and pepper on here, so I'm just going to put a little bit of salt and pepper on this now. If you wanted to add some other zing, you could also add a little basil. But I think the basil is going to compete with sauce. So if you're planning on making this without the sriracha sauce and the mayonnaise, then you could probably just add some a little bit of Parmesan cheese and basil. How's everybody's turning out so far?
Good, good. It's sizzling.
Does it look like a pancake now?
Yeah.
But this is the fun part. You just get to sit here and watch it sizzle. But the other day, I literally flipped it over and it was, brown. It wasn't browned, it was blackened. So I'm trying to avoid doing that now. And if it means that we have to cook it a little bit more, then that's what we'll do. I
There you
just
go,
don't want
that's
it to
what
be
mine looks
burned
like.
for you guys. Starting to smell good though.
There you go. There's mine.
Oh, that looks good. It looks just like mine.
Yeah.
Look, we've got twins.
I guess the sesame seeds are later.
The sesame seeds go later. The sesame seeds are you could actually put the sesame seeds on now and then flip it, and then they'll cook into the one side. Now I'm starting to smell the cooked vegetables. So that means it's starting to cook. You can start smelling the contents. So the nice thing about this is that it's mostly vegetables. It has a little bit of the protein from the egg, but it's also anti-inflammatory because it has the cabbage in it. And it's very grounding because of the carrots. So it's very simple. You can eat this as a snack. You can eat it for lunch. You can eat it for dinner. If you want to add more protein to it, because it already has an egg in it, you could add cheese. If you know, some people would just layer it with cheese on top, or you could make some chicken on the side, or some fish, or you know, have some sushi or something else, or you could just eat it as is. And that's what I did. I just ate it as is, and it was so yummy. I ended up eating half of it all by myself, and then ate the other half 3 or 4 hours later. So I can't tell you how well it does with leftovers. I can just tell you that I had none. Because I ate the first half and then the second half. All right, so we're gonna get ready to flip. And if you want to watch me flip first, I will show you how to do it, and then you can do it. All right?
Yep.
So I'm gonna go ahead and start flipping now so that you guys can do it when I am done. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a regular plate, not a dinner plate, and you're going to put it on top of the pancake. And now what you're gonna do is you're gonna take that pan and you're going to flip the whole thing. Whoops, I got a little bit stuck. Wasn't supposed to do that. So now you have your pancake on a plate, and now you're gonna just slide it off into the pan, and so the other side can cook. Did you follow that?
Yeah, mine didn't come out. Either I didn't have enough oil on the bottom, or
Oh, it all stuck?
most of it.
Yeah. Well, the other reason why sometimes it sticks is, one, you might not have had enough oil, or two, you may not have heated the pan up enough. Those are usually the two reasons. But now we're gonna cook it on the other side for 6 to 7 minutes as well, so that it continues to cook. And I just took those remnants that kind of fell off and pushed them over to the side.
There it goes.
Did you get it?
Yep, I got it.
You didn't have to fight it too bad?
No.
Yeah. But I'm gonna put a little bit of salt on this side too. And a little bit of pepper. I'm going to get my big plate ready. You know me, I'm gonna cheat. Cause I can do that. So these little pieces that fell off the other piece, I'm gonna scrape them off. And this is another time where you wanna move those pieces together that have kind of drifted off so that it becomes a little bit more of a sturdy pancake. Make sense?
Pretty much.
Push all that stuff that's kind of falling apart on the sides, push it in. It's 6 o'clock. So there, I'm gonna try my little dollop and see if it's cooked. Because the way you'll know it's cooked is it almost looks like it's cooked, but the vegetables are gonna be soft. And they are. So we have 2 more minutes. And then this is the easy part, you know? Actually, that was the hard part behind us. And then you're just gonna try to drizzle the sauce on top.
I filled everything out. They asked me to make an appointment, so I made an appointment.
All right, so how's everybody's looking? Does it look like it's getting?
There you go.
'Cause mine
Do
is
not drive more
starting
than
to.
15 minutes for your.
Yeah,
I don't know if you can see this, but mine is starting to brown on the bottom. So that's gonna be my indication that it's time to get this off of the plate. And I think what I'm gonna do is, just like we did a little bit ago with the plate, I'm gonna take that plate,
For this
put it over
website.
the top,
I think that was it.
and then I'm gonna flip it over.
I don't know what the website was. I tried to make my own.
It might have stuff too, but I'm gonna slide that then off the plate onto my larger plate. So yeah, I think there's a trick to how much oil you put on the pan, because if you don't put enough on, then it sticks. I'm just gonna try to layer that on there so it looks kind of nice. So this is the whole pancake. And then you're gonna take that sauce that you made, that's the sriracha sauce, and try to drizzle it on top. And of course, when you're using a big spoon, you're not gonna have any pretty designs, but it tastes really, really good. And the good thing is that you can also make this anytime because it only takes like 30 minutes. But the sauce can last in the refrigerator. So Shannon, how's yours turning out?
Mine's good. Let's see. Let's flip this.
Good.
So use a smaller plate.
Here's mine. This is in the left. Yeah. I made some tofu too because I thought we needed tofu.
That's so you're just stir frying the tofu.
Yeah, it tastes pretty good too. I put some,
Sesame
soy sauce on it.
Nice. That would be a perfect thing to add to it as well.
Yeah.
So this is what it looks like when you put the sauce on. At least this is that's how I put the sauce on.
That looks good.
Here's mine. Hold on. Shut you off.
All I see is your bicycle.
Yeah.
That doesn't look look like your pancake.
How's that?
Oh, that looks good. Yeah, did you put the sauce on it?
Yeah, I drizzled it on.
Yeah, okay. Well, you drizzled it better than I did. So now it's time to indulge and actually try a piece. Maybe I should straighten this up so you can see me eating it. Mmm. Very tasty.
Pretty good.
Stuff. So,
It's pretty simple, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
Shane likes it.
Did
Some
some fall on the floor?
Is
Yeah,
that good?
good.
that's good.
It is good.
And that sauce kind of gives it an extra little zing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but not too much.
Right.
I have enough materials left to like make this for like 5 weeks, but
Yeah, actually, I have enough to fill it.
I
we're
only
a little overboard.
I put this in half in terms of the ingredients because I was like, there's no way we're gonna be able to flip this thing.
I still made double. I did double the recipe and I used my lid to flip it, so it was pretty good.
Oh, okay. But yeah, you buy the ingredients and you always have extra. So anytime this week, if you got half an hour, you can make it and have it ready.
Yeah, I would make this for breakfast.
Yeah. I think that's what I'm gonna have for breakfast tomorrow.
Mhm.
And then you can make an egg with it, or you can just eat it as is, or you can add that tofu,
Put a
or
Put
fry.
a,
Like I
um,
said, you can fry
fried
an
egg
egg.
right on top.
Yeah, fry an egg or two,
Actually, that's what I might do.
couple of fried eggs right on the top.
Awesome.
It will be very good.
I should might do that now.
Tomorrow we're all gonna post our pictures on Facebook of our leftovers for breakfast. Because the new healthy movement is I am having vegetables for breakfast, right?
Yep.
Anything at any time of day. I used to have actually a campaign that, broccoli for breakfast, and that's what everybody should do, but
I like to make, what I call my garbage pail, omelets, where I just kind of whatever vegetables and leftovers I have, I just kind of throw in the pan,
Yeah.
mix everything together, brown
Right.
it, and then I just throw a couple of eggs on there, make a frittata in the pan, and that's
it's
my
awesome.
that's
Yeah,
my
so
breakfast.
this is just another way of doing it where, you don't put it's not as a frittata like, you could
Yeah.
probably add 2 eggs into this one and it would be more like a frittata.
Yeah, I love just like, okay, what do I have left over in, and then use up whatever I have left over in the refrigerator. And it becomes an omelet.
Yep.
Perfect.
So next time, we're gonna make salmon fish cakes.
Mm.
I have never made salmon fish cakes, but you know what? I actually just took a book, opened it up, and it says we're making salmon fish cakes. So it's actually gonna be pretty easy. And we're gonna have some potatoes with it. Some herbs and an arugula salad on the side.
Awesome.
Yep.
Oh,
So
You got to put the sesame seeds on top.
I have actually like a not a ginger, a grapefruit vinaigrette that goes really well with like watercress and arugula.
You
You
got to
don't
put the
really want a
sesame
heavy
seeds on top.
dressing to go with arugula.
Joanna, you forgot to put the sesame seeds on top.
Oh, I keep forgetting to put the sesame seeds on top because I keep forgetting that I don't have sesame seeds.
Yeah, I added it. When
I have it and then I forget to buy it. So is it better with the sesame seeds on top?
I don't really think it matters.
Okay. Well, I've made it twice now without the sesame seeds. And I'm gonna just have one more bite. So our next class is on April. Right. If the 6th is next Tuesday, then the 13th. April 13th, we're gonna be making the salmon fish cakes.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
Yep.
And then if any of you want, I think I'm gonna, on that Saturday, I'm gonna be doing I think it's the 10th. I'm gonna be doing a 2-hour soup. So if you're interested in
You
that,
say
let me
soup?
know. Just soup.
Okay.
We're gonna make 4 different soups. You're gonna need the what do you call this thing? The immersion blender. But there's gonna be 4 different soups that we're gonna make, and they all take less than half an hour. So 4 soups,
That sounds good.
that's a 2-hour class.
And what day is that?
That's on April 10th, I think. On the Saturday after Easter.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right. Thank you. Enjoy. Bon appetit. And see us again on Cooking Fun with me, Joanna. And you can also contact me at www.nutritioninmotion.net if you have any suggestions, questions, or ideas on how this actually turned out for you.